Hey guys, welcome to Pokemon Go Ahead. It's your boy Cheeklay. Obviously, it is into the wild right now. And obviously, there are some raid bosses everywhere. In the last video, I've already covered counter guides for Nihilego and Tapu Koko alongside with Toxtricity, Dynamax Toxtricity, and Gigantamax Toxtricity. And today, we're talking about the big ones. That's right, because during the weekend of the Wild Area event, we're going to be having Origin Dialga, Origin Palkia, Primal Groudon, and Primal Kyogre. These are raid bosses you do not want to sleep on. Now, I should also mention on Thursday, November 21st from 6 to 7 p.m. local time, Origin Dialga is going to be having a raid hour. And then on Friday, November 22nd, Origin Palkia is going to be having its own raid hour from 6 to 7 p.m. local time. So yeah, there's gonna be some raid counters that we have to cover in today's video. And not to mention that all four that we're gonna talk about today are gonna be featured in Primal and 5-star raids during the Global Wild Area weekend. And these are all important raid bosses to go after because they don't often come around every single year multiple times. So before we get started, be sure to subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, and let me know in the comments below if you're excited for the Origins and the Primals. And with that being said, let's dive in to the raid guides. The first raid boss we need to discuss about is Origin Dialga. Not only it is one of the most powerful dragon types in the game, it is also important to try to go after one and get Roar of Time, because if you're lucky, you can get an Origin Dialga with Roar of Time, which is an adventure effect that can pause any timed items such as incense, lucky eggs, star pieces, and most importantly, the daily incense. But the thing is, it requires a ton of candy and stardust, so you obviously are going after it. Either one, you don't have a Dialga with Roar Time, 2, you need more candy, or 3, if you want to try to get the shiny with the move and with this special background that's going to be featured globally. And once again, Origin Dialga is going to be a Dragon Steel type, which means it's going to be weather boosted when it's snowy or windy. The stats for this Pokemon are going to be the max CP 4624. We also have an attack stat of 270, defense stats of 225, and 205 for stamina for the max stats for Origin Dialga. It is a raid boss, so that means it's going to be important to go for the hundo. We have 2337 for the regular hundo, and whether it's snowy or windy, it's going to be 2921. So although cold weather sucks, you better hope it's snowing or windy. Fast attacks include Dragon Breath and Metal Claw, and charge attacks include Iron Head, Thunder, Draco Meteor, and yes, during this event and Wild Area, Roar of Time, but only if you're lucky. Now when it comes to counters against Origin Dialga, Mega Lucario is going to be the #1 counter with Force Palm and Aura Sphere. Otherwise, definitely use a variety of ground and fighting type Pokemon such as Primal Groudon, Excadrill, Mega Garchomp, and I think there's also some other ones, but those are like the main ones to use. Next we have Origin Palkia. This is going to be one of the top dragon types in the game, especially with the adventure effect Spatial Rend, which is going to expand your radius to get more encounters with Pokemon. And events like Wild Area, that's going to be very important. It is a water and dragon type, so it's going to be weather boosted when it's rainy or windy. And the max CP is going to be 4683. You also have an attack of 286, and you also have the defense of 223, and the stamina of 189. For the hundo, it's going to be 2367 in raids, and if it's weather boosted, it's going to be 2958 once again if it's either windy or rainy. Fast attacks it can learn are Dragon Tail and Dragon Breath, and the charge attacks it can learn are Aqua Tail, Fire Blast, Hydro Pump, Draco Meteor, and the exclusive move Spatial Rend. If you're lucky, you can get an Origin Palkia with Spatial Rend, or a shiny with Spatial Rend, or even more lucky, a shiny Origin Palkia with the move with the special background. And when it comes to counters, obviously Mega Rayquaza is the #1 dragon type attacker, so definitely use Dragon Tail and Breaking Swipe, as well as the fairy type encounter like Mega Gardevoir. If you have enough Origin Dialga and it's a really good counter, definitely use Origin Dialga with Dragon Breath and Roar of Time. Now it's time to talk about the Primals, because we have Primal Kyogre, which is the #1 water type attacker in Pokemon Go. Obviously, it's a pure water type, and obviously it is known for making it rain, so obviously it's going to be weather boosted when it's rainy. The max CP for this Primal is going to be 6672 for the CP. You also have 353 for the attack, 286 for defense, and 218 for stamina. This, ladies and gentlemen, is more of a beast than the Kraken. And again, it's also going to be a raid boss in Primal Raids. And once you defeat it, it will reverse back to its regular form. So the hundo is going to be 2351, and if it's rainy, the hundo is going to be 2939. The fast attack is Waterfall. I'm surprised that's the only fast attack it learns. But when it comes to charge attacks, it learns Blizzard, it learns Thunder, it learns Hydro Pump, it learns Surf, and it also learns Origin Pulse, which I'm pretty sure it's what's going to learn because it is Primal Kyogre after all. And obviously Electric and Grass type Pokemon are the best counters against Kyogre and Primal Kyogre. So the #1 encounter is definitely going to be Mega Sceptile alongside with Mega Venusaur. And then you also have the best electric type attacker, which is Zekrom. And then Zarude if you're lucky to have a good Zarude. And finally, we have Primal Groudon. This is the #1 ground type attacker in Pokemon Go. And if it's sunny, it's going to be weather boosted because it is known for bringing extreme droughts. But when it's in its primal form, it is going to be a ground fire type. So this means it's going to be 4 times weak to water. So obviously, as we move forward, water type Pokemon are going to be the most essential. The stats are pretty much the same as Primal Kyogre, the 6672 CP, which is insane. It's going to be the same CP for the hundo, which is the 2351 or the 2939 if it's weather boosted, just like with Kyogre. But instead of rainy, sunny. Fast attacks include Mudshot and Dragon Tail, and charge attacks include Earthquake, Fire Blast, Fire Punch, which I don't think it's going to learn obviously during the weekend, but it'll also learn Solar Beam and Precipitous Blades, which is its exclusive move, which will make it a top ground type attacker. And like we said, water is essential to take down Primal Groudon. With Primal Kyogre as the #1 encounter with Waterfall and Origin Pulse, you can also use Mega Water types like Mega Gyarados, Mega Blastoise, Mega Swampert, even other Pokemon like Feraligatr or even Shadow Gyarados. And just a friendly reminder before we end today's video, today until Thursday, November 21st, we have a 20 remote raid limit, and from Friday the 22nd through Sunday, November 24th, we have a no remote raid limit, so you could do as many as you want. So obviously with these Origin Forms and Primal Forms, do as much as you possibly can, and if they're shiny, awesome. If not, at least try to make sure they have the exclusive moves, especially the Origin Forms with Roar Time and Spatial Rend, because not only they make them really top hard-hitting Dragon type attackers, these Adventure Effect moves are going to be very beneficial moving forward, and if you need more candy, this is the time to do so. Well, that's it for today's video. Hopefully these raid guides were very helpful. We'll see you guys next time when we're taking down these raid bosses during the Into the Wild and the Wild area. See you next time. Peace out.